Well, nobody asked for it. Nobody ever asks for these. I just do them. But, welcome, I guess. It's a strange thought I had. I was like, huh, nobody has ever asked me for these. I just do them anyways, don't I? But, I don't know. For the sake of branching out content and showing I can do more, and just because I actually like drawing it anyways, the theme for tonight is Monster Hunter, because that's a game I wish I played more, honestly. I don't know why I don't. Well, I know why I don't. I don't have the ability to, unfortunately. But, no, I was. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this other than I want to make content for you guys. So, I'm gonna decide. I'm trying to provide some content for Monster Hunter Hell, and you guys seem to really like that. I drew a picture of Dino Valdo for Christmas a couple of weeks ago, and you guys seem to really like it. So, we're also going to try some things differently this time around that I might try in the future on my own Facebook page. But for polling and ideas for stuff, I've come up with a nifty, neat little idea. So instead of having everyone vote on a single topic, you know, just everybody throw out ideas and whoever says the most repeat or upvotes, whatever. Instead of doing anything like that, and keep it as unbiased and challenging as possible, so that way I don't choose something that I'd be like, no, that I'd be more comfortable doing that. Um, I'm going to go ahead and put this into into a randomizer and just see what pops out. I hope you guys like the topics. Some of them were phrased that way, others were phrased that way by me, because I felt like it. My mind is a strange one. I mean, that goes without saying, and I don't think that's anything in particular to even mention, so. Hope you guys enjoy the topics. I will try to be as faithful as possible. Actually, in reality, because Twitch is anuses, and I still haven't switched over to Pictaro, even though I probably should. I've decided, you know, no lewds, no nudes. Well, just no lewds, because in reality I just don't like drawing sexual content. So, alrighty, here we go. Push the button. I was actually kind of hoping it was that one or the Celtis armor. Number one, by the way, is the one we're doing. So, this also kind of works into Tuesday, which is really nice. Aaron from Game Grumps recently started a hashtag Cute Girls Tuesday or something. I don't remember, some hashtag, but on Tuesday, you know, draw cute girls. That's the theme of Tuesdays from him. So we're gonna draw us a girl in some cute lightning pupper armor. So let me grab an image. Lightning pupper from memory. Yeah, right. But yeah. So if you're here for the first time, hi. These Twitch streams are kind of just my time to share, I guess. You know, drawing and whatever nonsense spills out of my head on a daily basis. But, ooh, there's some butt in there. I think I'm gonna like this. Let me find a quick reference. But while I'm doing that, I don't know. There's not too much on my mind at the moment. If anything, I've just been over-caffeinated and not really sure what to make of the day. I don't know. I don't know what you want to hear from me, because I don't know what to tell. It's been a weird day. Once I get going, I'm usually a little bit better at talking about things, but today in particular, I've just been kind of like, I'm a bit spazzy, a bit sputtery. Don't mean to be, don't want to be, just kind of am. For some reason, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of feeling a little weird. Usually, when I'm feeling weird, it means I haven't had enough caffeine for the day. So I had a second cup of coffee. Well, I'm having a second cup of coffee. Might explain a lot. But, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go with Zinogre Blade Master, because I actually can't find a really... Well, I guess that's Gunner. A lot of them are all action poses, too. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I just need to get an impression of what the armor's like. Listen, I would happily become a Twitch partner if I really knew how the process worked, honestly. A lot of this Link, you should get a Patreon, become a partner on Twitch, partnerize on YouTube. There's a couple of reasons why I'm a little bit hesitant. Starters, I just don't want to have my content limited, and a lot of stuff that I do, I just don't care, I guess. Um, I don't say, I'm not very careful about the things I post and the content that I use. And with that being the case, I, I mean, I just don't need to have that kind of stress, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that better, but you know, it's gonna take me a moment to kind of get into today. Like I said, I've been having a weird day. Usually once I get started, I'll be fine, but it's pretty hit or miss. Right now, I'm just trying to focus. I mean, today wasn't a bad day. I'm just really over-caffeinated at the moment. I shouldn't have done that. But, no, like, Monster Hunter. When was the last time I played Monster Hunter? It's been at least a couple months. I haven't had my 3DS functioning in a while, unfortunately. And, it just... It sucks. I've been really wanting to play it recently, and I recently joined Monster Hunter Hell because I'm a grade A shit poster, or at least I try to be. And, you know, I was like, these guys seem pretty cool. They might like my content. They seem to really like that picture I drew. Also, let's see if I actually have some ideas of the pose that I want to use. Um, 'Cause I'm I'm not a boob guy. I'm definitely an ass guy. I'll just get that out there now. There will be clothes, I promise. Oh, that's what's wrong. It's like, what the hell? Man, good start. But yeah, no, Monster Hunter is actually one of my favorite games. I played it a lot on Tri, was the first game that I played. I'm trying to think on Tri, what was the weapon that I mained the most? Probably Sword and Shield. I really did like longbow, or not longbow, my bad, bowgun, large bowgun. And from there, I've played 3U and 4U. I stopped at 4U because I stopped having money. Um, Not because I don't want to play Generations. But I played for a while, and then I just got distracted with a lot of other things. Didn't have as much time to play it as I used to. What the hell? There's some spookassery going on. I'm actually going to be honest. My tablet isn't working how it should be. messing with some that might be why. Well, that's not why, but... I have a very bad habit of having everything that can possibly go wrong. So you want to know what? I'm just going to wing it. But yeah, I don't know. Today was a weird day for me. It's been weird. I might as well just draw you a frickin' MS Paint stick figure. I hope this gets me banned from Monster Hunter Hell, actually. That was the plan for the day. That's where I've been going, it seems like. What is with... Something's weird with my brush. I'm trying to figure it out at the moment. It shouldn't be doing that. Leave it to today. Leave it to the one time where I was like, you know what? I'll be fine. And then shit happened on Monster Hunter Hell. And now I'm all spooked. To which, I don't know what the hell was happening over there. If you're curious what I'm trying to figure out, I usually have a kind of, oh, are you kidding? Don't. If I have to have a driver update. Update now. Because usually I have a pressure sensitive thing where it'll let me kind of use... Maybe the flow's too high. Ah. Well, no, that wasn't it. I don't know what's going on. My curse strikes again. Well, gotta work with what we got. Man, you don't know how much you use something or need something until you lose it. But I like a challenge. I actually really do like a challenge. We'll see where this goes, where this takes me. At the moment, I was planning on just doing some light sketching, but it seems like it's gonna only give me guff. So rather than waste any more time, which I'm sure I've already scared off anyone and probably exodused myself and ruined any kind of reputation I had, but I've kind of just come to the grips of, it seems like anytime I try to do anything to be like, look guys, I'm good at something, my reputation will find a way to ruin itself. It's kind of a talent of mine. I just don't even know what to make of it anymore. But bad content is something that I'm good at. Why not embrace it? Why not accept it? I already know there are people who want to see this and enjoy the content that I make, regardless. It is really disappointing, though. I'm just like, cool. Today's just not going to cooperate. And I'm doing my best to make it. Trust me. I do not like that this is happening. Shill post. Ban me. I did it. I proved. I'm worthless. It's just one of those days. It's more of a case of I've suddenly gotten the jitters. I don't know. Something spooked me. I'm getting cold feet for some reason, which is usually not something I have. It's a real shame, too. I've been so good on the past few streams. You know what? Why not just focus on the drawing? Until I at least get comfortable, you know. Because the reality is, for me, the reason why I make my art and do my art is not for this. It's not to show off. It's because I enjoy doing it, you know? And always, here's the thing that I'm suddenly like, oh gosh, this looks like a monster. My best art doesn't come immediately. My best art doesn't come from, like, some days it just takes a little bit longer than others for me to really get in the mood. But once I start get going and start working and really fleshing things out, I'm fine. I need to you know, give myself a little bit of credit and relax, you know. Uh, Part of art is being able to manipulate your mistakes. I mean, that kind of goes without saying for a lot of things. Uh, for me, and working with mistakes is oftentimes a great way to become a better artist. Working with mistakes or limitations. For example, for some reason you know, I'm having issues with my drawing pad right now. It's just being an ass. But instead of lament about it and be like, ah, no, I can't draw anymore. It's not gonna work. Why not just be like, you know what? Work with what I got. It might not look as good as I want it to, but that's not the goal of the night. Like I said, when I posted this, and honestly, the goal for anything for any of my Twitch streams is to have fun. You know, this isn't about drawing is just something I just so happen to be able to do. It has nothing to do with like, you know, this has to be perfect. If anything, I would rather see it as just a time for me to share with people who who do enjoy my art, um, but also as just a time to kind of chill out. It's the reason why I usually have some sort of music playing at the beginning of these. Usually try to keep it lighthearted and fun. I don't try to be actually too serious beyond the things I say, with some topics, just to not political, but you know, just to be like, hey, this is something that's on my mind, something I want to see or talk about, and it's almost wow, I'm having all sorts of issues. Oh no, it's that thing again. How'd I do that? But no, like I enjoy doing these because I don't know, it's fun. It's good. It feels also like I'm actually doing something productive instead of just continually wasting my time and life away, even just shit posting. It feels like I'm actually doing something that I value with my time, that I appreciate doing for people. So sorry if today kind of got off to a rough start. I've been having a weirdly rough day. Currently, I need to fix something really quick. Fucking Photoshop is being a bitch. Cursor disappeared. This has happened before. I've fixed it before. I just don't remember how to fix it. Uh, oh, great. Don't say Photoshop's just broken today. If there's anything that can kind of condense what my content and streaming experience has been, is mainly things are just gonna go wrong horribly. Uh, Always. They continually keep happening that way. Okay, it is cap locks. What? What? I don't know. I'm scared, guys. I don't know what's happening today. I'm just doing my best to even keep it together, you know. And I mean, like, I've just today was weird to begin with, and those days happen. I feel like they just happen naturally, you know. Just some days, it's like everything's gonna break at once, you know. And I fully expect that to happen these days, in a good way. Actually, I see it as a challenge more than anything else. Uh, right now, I feel like the worst that is happening now, you know, and it could get worse, but at the very least, I should work with what's happening now rather than lament about it, you know. And my streams aren't perfect. I don't aim for them to be. I don't aim to be perfect in any way, guys. I hope you really do understand that. I'm happy with being the piece of shit that I oftentimes am. I feel like it's character building, you know. People dwell too much on you know, trying to get it correct. And don't get me wrong, I try very hard. But when things just go wrong, I don't think that should be a reason to stop. Um, you know, things can go horribly for me. This could have completely sabotaged the night. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna have fun, and I'm still going to do it regardless. You know, oftentimes the best things come out of the worst circumstances. I find the worst things that happen create a need for ingenuity, for a need to you know adapt and evolve. And in order to overcome any sort of situation like this, you just gotta go for it, and then you learn more. You learn a better way to handle something that you didn't before. I think that's important. That's the important thing to always take away is you. It only limits you if you pretty much let it. You know, and I am always on the side on the side of you know overcoming those difficulties because you'll be a better person. You'll be better at the end. It'll work in your favor if not only because you've learned something new. And then you've learned something new and become more resilient to when problems arise in the future. That's another thing. You know, if this happens again, I'll be like, well, oh fucking well. It shows more resilience to be able to show it shows more resilience when you're able to respond to something without it being the end of the world. I think. You know, and I am fairly like I. There have been so like if this is the first time you've ever been with me, there have been much worse. I want to say times. And that's just part of getting into and doing anything, I think, is just realizing how terribly bad things can go. And then just doing it in spite of it. You know, if you're gonna... things are always going to be there to slow you down, but the only thing that really holds you back is determination. The will to do something, I guess. And by damn, am I gonna draw a cute girl butt tonight? You guys didn't ask for it. I just offered, and you want to know what? I always follow through, even if it's horrible. I find it better to stick to my word, and if it continues to go downhill, keep trying. Don't back down just because you had a bad first step. This is already looking better. At least on my end. I don't know. Could look shit to you. That's another thing is, I, I'm not too concerned if this is like worst MS Paint quality level of art to anyone. I don't think it's actually that great at the end of the day, but I still enjoy doing it. And I enjoy sharing it. Art should be about expression, not about quality all the time. Not to say that, and that only goes in the vein of art that is truly about the individual, sharing. Not all art is sellable, and I understand that. So if the individual is not thinking to sell, I don't think there's anything wrong with them, you know, still sharing it and expressing that they enjoy sharing it. I'm kind of having some issues with this pose, mainly because I'm used to more front poses actually lately. I've been doing a lot more of those, so this could be a challenge. But like I said, tonight's about tonight's theme, along with Monster Hunter, is apparently challenges. You know, and here if the theme of the night is actual Monster Hunter, let's be honest. If you like Monster Hunter, you play a lot of Monster Hunter. What is kind of the biggest thing that at least that I took away from that game, is it's got kind of a Dark Souls thing going for it. It's not quite near as artistic as Dark Souls, but there's a large portion of Monster Hunter that is, you gotta struggle to find the way to beat something, and get past a challenge. And by God, if that isn't a good enough theme for the night for how things have gone so far, then I don't know a more perfect theme for the drawing of the night. Maybe it's a good thing the theme was Monster Hunter. It seems that for tonight, anyways, a large portion of it is going to be a struggle, and nothing goes perfectly to plan. I don't believe so. My tablet seems to be having some issues, even more issues than even I foresaw. It's just having some reading issues. I'll give it a moment here to try to reinstall. Or maybe I fixed it. Oh. Is it even working? Oh. I think it's honestly just Photoshop bugging out. I looked up some solutions online, and there seem to be some sudden issues. And I'm having some weird, feedback here. I might just be having too much running in the background. Probably, actually. I have, like 10 gigabytes of RAM, and I still have computer issues. But hey, this is actually a style I've enjoyed doing a lot lately, which is kind of some intense line work. I like building on lines a lot lately. It's gone from being pure illustration to being more of like a painterly aesthetic, I feel. Oh, maybe it is working now. Yay, it's working. It was. I fixed it, guys. But, yeah. And now that I've kind of gotten comfortable, that's the thing is, like, everybody has those bad, like, I'm good at the video game, I am a talent, I could do the thing, I promise. That happens. I'm certainly not going to be ashamed of it. Because the reality is that happens. And people are going to judge you for it. But it doesn't mean that that's always how you are, even in the act of doing it itself. And I think that since I've started and since I've gotten going, it already feels like I've started improving on the very poor first impression that I gave. To which The most I could do is apologize. Sorry if I kind of was fumbling about, fucked up that first few minutes. It's a bad habit, but, we all have those habits. And didn't mean to ignore you there, Fuzz. I see you. Thanks for joining. As always, tonight of the night is cute girl butt. We will make sure to make the butt very cute. But actually, but actually, the theme of the night is Monster Hunter, and I'm working on an armor set, the Zinogre armor set. I wish I had a back shot, because I actually can't tell. Because some of the one of the things that I actually like a lot about a lot of the female armors is, for some reason, they'll just have things like really short booty shorts. I find it really funny, honestly. If you ever look at Rathian armor, or Rathalos armor, my bad. My buddy, or yeah, my buddy, anybody who knows me or who's been watching me a while knows most of my close friends. He used to joke about Rathalos booty shorts, and they are. The Rathalos the Rathalos Blade Master armor just has booty shorts. I think it's awesome. He's so cute. It's adorable. He's cute girl butt. And that's the thing is, I'm more on the side of it's not about it isn't about lewdness. I'm not really a lewd artist. I don't believe so, anyways. People might paint me as such, but it's because of their own, you know. I think it's because of their own ignorance, but I also am one to be like, nah, they can feel however they want about my art. It's their choice. Bygones be bygones. Man, there is some weird lag going on. Part of me wants to restart Photoshop just to see if it'll help, but I really don't want to do that just for your guys' sake. Also, what does the back of Zinogre look like? I really don't know. There's no images of the back of Zinogre armor. This is really upsetting to me. Because I'm sure there's more to the armor. But, master, female, back. This won't give me well, that didn't help. See, this is the problem with reference pictures. No matter what I Google, I never find the ones I need. I gotta be creative. How dare they? Oh no, there. There's kind of some butt flaps. I see what they're doing now. And I'm starting to get into it. You thought you were just gonna see bare ass, didn't you? I ain't that much of a sellout. I don't post this content for cheap views. I have integrity, bastards. You know what? I'm just gonna have to kind of get creative with it. Because I can't get a good shot of them. It's funny, I can only find front shots, and I'm drawing the back. Because I wanted to show cute butt. How dare I? Oh boy. Oh, speakers. Okay, I was worried there for a second. I was like, no! Will the problems ever end? Nah. Nah, they won't. I know they won't. Technical problems are just a part of my life at this point. If I don't expect them, I don't know what else to do. It seems like there's always some new issue that I'm running into with doing things. Here, this might help. I'm going to go ahead and close this and close this. Because it feels like part of it is I'm having... No, it is the tablet. Yeah, it's the tablet. Why am I having tablet issues on a night where I want to draw? And you could be like, well, why didn't you prepare? Why didn't you... Well, I didn't fucking know this was going to happen. What do you think I can do? What do you think? Like, and here's my argument for anyone who's like, oh, bad content. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. Clearly he should have done this, this, and this. Well, oh, I think I fixed it. Oh, thank fucking God. I don't... Oh, wait, no, I didn't. The ride never ends. The ride never ends. For me right now, what's happening is I'm just having, like, my tablet is not... The drivers are all fucked up right now. And I don't know what to do about it. Should've done this on my laptop. I knew it. But, no, I don't know what's going on with this, with my drivers at the moment. I think they're just broken. I don't know what to do about it either. It's the really frustrating part. I wish I was like, now I'll just go do this real fast and fix it. And I don't want to shut down the stream because I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. And I've already talked up how I don't let things like this limit me. It's just very frustrating because it's even doing things like affecting my drawing. I thought it was, at first I thought it was like, oh, I'll just have certain things not working. But straight up, the tablet is not working. The tablet has stopped working beyond just being a mouse. It won't let me do any pressure sensitive stuff. It is lagging a shit ton, and it keeps on having issues making consistent strokes. Like, maybe that's partly on my end, but it also is lagging a lot. It's hard to show on my end. And trust me, it's pissed me off. I want to make good content. I want to make good content. Leave it to tonight to have everything go wrong. But, you know, like I said, if anything, that's, you know, the old adage of, Godwin? Don't ever expect me to quote anything either. I don't fucking know anything. You know, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and everything that possibly could have gone wrong has gone wrong. I'm quite aware of that. Trust me, I'm still very upset with how I was like, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be fine, and then everything just broke at the same damn time. Because I am really annoyed at how much I've like put effort into this and then still continually have these issues when I am definitely trying to find my way to limit them and trying to find my way to improve the content, because I do want to make better content. And I mean, I guess that's just part of it, is muddling through it. And part of the challenge is definitely just being like, well, I gotta work with what I got, I guess. Gotta do with what you want. And part of my art that I found is kind of being messy and cleaning it up as I go. Now, that could be the mark of a bad artist, but I don't know. I've certainly gotten better than just believing I need to do it right perfectly every single time. And I find that building up and breaking down the lines has given me a very better feeling of style, because it means I'm working more into my art rather than just tracing almost. I'm making it a point to try to actually draw it in the way that I perceive it, not just as it is seen one for one. As I've said in the past, a part of art of illustration anyways is being able to you know, is being able to kind of like portray art or portray an object or an image the way that you see it. But as I've kind of developed more, anyways, there is an element of personal stock where you just have to kind of like fudge it almost. Just be like, I don't know what this looks like. I don't have a good enough reference. I just have to make it look correct. You know, you just gotta be like, fuck it. You know, I don't know what this specific thing looks like, and I gotta make it just do it the way that I want it to. And that's hard. Trust me. I don't think that's something easy to do. I still struggle with it sometimes. Like I feel like I'm having that issue with this hand right now, and a lot of aspects of this image. But if there's anything I want to establish is, I don't think what makes me compelling as a content creator has anything to do with my content. It has anything to do with the content itself. I do believe that part of the reason why I do this so much is because I enjoy the sharing aspect. I enjoy this side of being able to kind of talk and draw at the same time, and being able to really share it personally. It feels much more personal in a good way. You know, there's a lot less pressure about it. I mean, that pressure to perform was there at the beginning, but I've largely overcome it already. At least I want to believe. A big part of gaining confidence in something is to just be like, no, I'm gonna keep doing it, and then get relaxed in the act of doing it. And I've kind of gotten there. I've finally hit my stride, I think, and I'm starting to work it out, which is what I like to describe. The kind of course of most of these streams is I gotta hit my stride. Usually when I start, unless I'm having a really good day, it is of course it's a train wreck, and I'm well 100% aware of it. Trust me, I hate how much of a train wreck I make my own content sometimes. I want it to be more smooth. I want it to be more accessible and just go. And with time, I feel like I'll develop that. But certainly, I am well aware that like this just drug, unfortunately. I want to stop doing that. I really do. But once I do hit my stride, I feel like I start just flying for the end of the night. It really does feel much better once I hit that stride. And I think that's a personal observation, but I think that's how most content and most commentary or most anything goes. Is you just gotta kind of work your way into it. You gotta start. You kind of, you gotta ease yourself into it. You can't just go in full blown. Clearly, as you could tell with the way tonight went, I was like, I'm just gonna go for it, and then everything broke at the exact same damn time. Caused a nice little explosion, and me to go, great. But once I got started, once I got going, things got better. And I feel that at the end of the day, even if now I've completely ruined my reputation on the internet, to which I'm like, fuck it. Fuck it. I don't have a good reputation on the internet already. I already know that. I'm quite well aware of it. But I don't do this to prove anything, actually. I do it because I want to share it with people. And I want to find people who enjoy sharing it with me. It has become more of an attempt at growing as an individual for me, to start exposing myself more to people, and to start finding people who enjoy seeing this. And I know there are people who enjoy seeing it. I'm trying to branch that out. So if this has seated me in a fucking in a in some sort of rank of judgment, okay, I'm one to take that and accept it. Because I am one to err on the side of you can always overcome your judgments. You can always no judgment sticks with you forever if you're willing to try to work through it. And bad first impressions always happen for anyone. It doesn't matter how charismatic you are. It doesn't matter who you are. The bad first impression plagues every human being on the planet. But it's whether or not you let that stop you. And I try to err on the side of not letting it stop me. I try to err on the side of being better from it, using it as a way to work and improve myself, and even using it as a point to start with. Just like being a frickin' bumblekin. It's something, and thank you for. I appreciate it, Fuzzy. Well, part of the reason why I like talking this way, and like I said, this is more the serious side of my discussions, is I am not a very assuming person, actually. I am a very unassuming person, and I like to think deeply about things that are much less biased and much more just not even what ifs. I don't like the idea of what ifs. I like actual discussion, actual thought about something. It's not about skepticism. It's about I'm actually trying to think of how I want to describe this. It isn't about skepticism at all. Like I'm not a full-blown skeptic. I don't believe myself to be. I don't see the need or the advantage or even the intellectual prospect of just being a skeptic. The intellectual value of skepticism comes with an understanding of something. If you want to be able to explain something or really look into something from a skeptical standpoint, I think you should have some sort of understanding of it. You should be able to say, no, I see that this is the way it is. I see these are the processes, and I understand those processes. Now, why are those processes the way they are? And that's what's important for being skeptical. And that's why I talk the way I do. My serious side has nothing to do with being about a controversial topic. I actually think controversy. Another thing I'm very good at, not speaking the English language. Controversy isn't really actually interesting conversation for me. It's controversy. It's glorified gossip to me. It's the pinnacle of pseudo-intellect. It's talking about things that you think matter, but really don't. And they're just controversial, and they just create, just headaches, in my opinion, because they don't do anything. They don't go anywhere. They get on people's nerves. They bring up issues and things that it just doesn't feel like productive or interesting conversation. Controversy itself. That's why I try to avoid it. It annoys me more than anything else how much people value controversy. It's the only reason why I talk about it is, why do people talk about it at all? It feels like such a waste of honest discussion. And it just feels like such a limiting mindset, because like as soon as it's controversial, it means like, oh, somebody immediately, it's already something that's hard to talk about or difficult to talk about, and I don't want to talk about stuff like that. I want to talk about genuine things. I want to talk about interesting things, and I do my best to make the things that interest me sound interesting. I want to believe, uh, because I love sharing it with people. It has nothing to do with, and I think a lot of this is more personal, subconscious self-doubt than anything. Because I always like see people who try to discuss things and they're like, it feels like more like they're waxing their own backs, I guess, and how much they know. And I don't want to do that because I don't think I know that much. Actually, I don't think I know much of anything, but I do know and care about very specific things and want to express them openly and deeply. Um, but I'm not required to. Is also the thing. I don't feel like that is anything that anybody asks me to do, and it's not certainly anything that I do because I feel like I'm required to. It's just something I do. I think that's the most you could ever ask for anyone or anything. Um, is just being able to engage in something because you enjoy doing it, and that's what this stream is about. And it seems like I'm like trying to do Zinogre. Yeah, it's Zinogre. I'm trying to do Zinogre armor, but I'm just like not. I chose a great. Uh, I chose a great character without any and a great pose without any context. So I'm just gonna have to wing it. Really test my skills, and I'm okay with that. If I do this completely wrong, so be it. I am always erring on the side of I would rather fail spectacularly and really try, really give my honest shot than to be like, nope, can't work. Won't it didn't work. So I better give up. I mean, and I hope that you guys, do actually appreciate that. I'm sorry for all the stuff that happened kind of in the last 12 hours. Like, it's been a weird day. It's been a weird day. Some shit happened on places. I kind of got a little bit too excited. It happens. And oh, I need to fix that foot. I'm really focusing on that foot. The feet are always a hard thing to kind of deal with, I've found. Typically it just is because they're kind of a weird perspective and they do weird things. Feet are fucking weird. I like feet, but feet are weird. But yeah, like, I guess I'm gonna focus this on being line art, seeing as of that things just aren't kind of actually working very well for me on my end. It's broken. It's so hard to explain. It's like it everything that went wrong just kind of pertains to the tablet. So, and I know I'm kind of fixated on that, but I'm just like, man, I really wanted to give it my best, and this is my best, unfortunately. That's the really frustrating part. Is I still am. I'm going full blown, full steam, and I'm just gonna work however it works out. But the problem with that is it certainly is not what I wanted to provide, and I'm sorry for that. By all means. But the thing that I want to kind of take away from tonight is more of an establishment of kind of what I'm like, I guess, because I feel like this is more for wanting to kind of break some new ground. and really start getting myself out there and really start being like, hey, this is something I do, and I wanna share it. I wanna share it more, regardless. And I know it's weird, like, cause I get it. It seems like I'm just like, oh, like, comment, subscribe, advertisement. I'm young blood starting talent. Like, I get how annoying that is. So don't think I'm even asking to do that. If I ever say that, it's always a joke. You are never required or obligated to like my content. You're never required or obligated to follow me. That is always your choice, and I stand firmly behind that. Nobody is ever required to follow me. I will always do it. I will always do it regardless. You know, I'm going to make this. It's just something I want to see developed more, I guess. And I've noticed that people do seem to like it. And they have asked me to make things in the past. And at the end of the day, it is something that I appreciate that a lot of people seem to like and care about. It's something that I didn't think would ever happen. To get to even be half as engrossed by people as it is, you know. I don't. I still don't have more confidence than the belief that I can do it at all, and it really is still. It's just strange to me because it's like I feel only a little bit annoyed and perturbed because it's like I do want to fix a lot of things, like I and how consistent I am. I feel like I'm the least consistent person when it comes to art that I can think of. I have terrible consistency with my mood and my ability to create things, and I find it really, really annoying. I hate how difficult it kind of is for me to feel like I'm consistently making or doing things correctly. And I'm still glad that, you know, people want to see me grow, and they want to see me make more stuff, I guess. So, and that's something. Thanks for pointing, or thanks. Actually, thank you for saying that, Fuzzy, because this is actually a talking point I can go off of. Whenever you hear an artist be like, "Man, it's okay, it's all right," and somebody else is like, "What do you mean?" Because even I look at other people's art and I'm like, "What do you mean? That's fucking beautiful, gorgeous." Having worked as much as I have, there's just we see it. We see everything that we're doing wrong, everything that we're like, man, we wish we could have done that better. We don't even know why we didn't. Were we lazy? What it was, and it just kind of is. It is a little discouraging. It's like because all we want to do is improve. We want to make things because it's one of the only it's a way to share for us, for me anyways. I'm going to stop saying us and say me, because as far as I don't represent artists on a whole, I represent myself. I have taken in the idea that I am an artist, but I'm not every artist is me either, and I understand that. However, the artists that I like are very much human beings, and I'm not saying people don't see human beings, but sometimes I get a little discouraged because it definitely feels like a lot of people only see not so much what they want to see, but just don't see anything but people who create things. They don't see a person, they just see a container or a producer almost in a lot of ways. And it is a little discouraging, if not because it kind of feels like people don't look at what artists make and think that the reason why they do them is because I don't know, that they always make something perfect. I think I have a lot of potential, sure, but it still bothers me because it's like, man, I want to make more better things, but just sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's just the stars say fuck you, and you're just gonna make a shitty ass foot leg that you can't figure out how it works. When you know you've even maybe drawn something like that before and it looked fine or it looked perfect. It's something that I struggle with a lot. I find, and it is one of the least favorite things that I have because then people are like, I thought you were somebody who was an artist. I thought you said you could do, and that's the annoying part is it's like I I do this because I enjoy it, but there is a lot of pressure to feel like, especially when we're trying to do things for people, to like not mess up, especially. And maybe that's part of the problem is I'm putting too much pressure on myself to perform right now. But we see those issues, and it just we don't know what to really do about them because we're only doing the best we can, like anyone can. Um, you know, and it it is really bothersome because it's like things break or you can't focus or you just something happened and things are not good enough or well enough. But at least at the end of the day, you just gotta roll with the punches, you know? You gotta you gotta fucking take that shit in stride. I certainly am in belief of that. Even though it does sound like I'm like, man, man, it, because on one hand I'm saying all this stuff, but on the other I'm like, God, I hope I still do feel like I'm like I hope people aren't like, wow, this guy's a fucking hack, because it does mean that fewer people are going to be open to seeing my content. And I mean, part of that, half of that has to go with being able to make up for it, and that's why I was like, you gotta work with your mistakes and your problems. You gotta try to find a way to make up for it. But sometimes I'm just like, it feels like everything went wrong and there was nothing could be done. But even then, I still am kind of like, everything went wrong, but I just gotta work. I just gotta do it. Shia LaBeouf told me well. You just gotta do it. Like, there's so many things. Like, you see how jagged these lines are? I don't know why my tablet's doing that, and I don't know how to stop it. And that's just technology is being an ass, and I've shot myself in the foot a lot because I was expecting it to kind of work, but then it didn't. But on the same time, on the flip side, part of when it comes to like things breaking or limitations happening, it creates things you wouldn't expect to look as good. I think you get ingenuity and you get stylistic changes that could only happen because those mistakes happened. You know, you get something truly unique looking. Doesn't mean it's always good, don't get me wrong. There has to be an amount of aesthetic to everything, and I don't think all art is good. Don't mistake in that. Hell, I don't think my art's good. Or at least good enough. I want it to be better, and I'm striving every single day that I pick up a pen and put it to a piece of paper and really focus on what I make. It is something that I'm striving for, and if it seems like I'm not, well, bad luck happens too. You know? There's nothing I can do about the things that go wrong, but there is, or even not even that. There is stuff I can do about the things that go wrong, but it doesn't prevent them. I can't prevent them from happening. And I got to do my best when I don't necessarily know how to solve them efficiently or quickly or at all. Like with this tablet, I've unplugged it and plugged it back in several times. I feel like the only solution I have at this point would either be to restart Photoshop or my entire computer, and I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because it would feel like I'm giving up or I've actually failed. You know, it would feel like I gave in and didn't give it an honest enough shot. Honest enough shot, Mister. But you know, and didn't actually try and show that no, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep putting on. Because I do feel like I've grown enough in ability and skill that when things like this happen, I can work with it. You know, it doesn't have to be the end of the world. It doesn't have to be uninteresting to watch or listen to. And that's another thing I've realized is if you came in here and was like, this guy's clearly gonna be a joke man, he's gonna be funny, he's gonna be, I just kind of talk about what's on my mind, what I find interesting, what I find funny, what I don't, how my life's been going, whatnot. I find it easier to joke when I'm playing a video game because then I have a video game to go off of, and occasionally I'll joke about the picture, but I'm just not in the mood tonight for it. I tried, I really did, but kind of ruined my mood. That's my own fault. I feel like beforehand by getting engrossed the way that I did. But no, I've gone on here and like talked about a lot of stuff, and like it's been a journey for me, of course, in learning and trying to even understand how to make anything. And I think that's, at the end of the day, is the best you can do, which is just show that you'll even do it. Show you'll even try. Because I'm sure, I've completely fucked up plenty of things, but I think it's still better to show some dignity in your failure than to just let that failure be the only thing that speaks for you. And I hope that's indicative of tonight. It might even not be a bad thing that this happened, because at the very least I can prove that bad things are going to happen, and things are going to fuck up, and I'm going to fuck everything up, but I'm still going to do my best to I'm still going to do my best to fuck that stance up. I'm going to do my best to still make it enjoyable. Have a good time, have a gaff and a giggle, because it's about. I wouldn't be doing this if it was a drag, I guess. And I want it to become I've been focusing on this to become more of a habit, I guess, and more of something that I kind of embrace on my end. Because you know it's difficult. Like this, I'm like, it's okay. Though in my past streams, I've also been on the side to be like, if something's not working, try something different, which I might do. And honestly, at this rate, it might be like, well, you've already started. I don't know. That's the real difficult question that you oftentimes have to ask as an artist. Is like, where do you draw the line? Where do I continue working on something, and where do I stop? Where do I stop, or where do I say this hasn't been working and I'll try something different? Because it takes a lot of trial and error that I don't think a lot of people know or really think about when it comes to creating something. Like, you don't see how many times somebody has like messed up making something when you see their final product oftentimes. Nobody makes anything perfect on their first try. I don't believe so. Even if somebody is like really well trained and like draws up an image for you in a few minutes, like you don't know about the number of times that they spent on their own fucking up that image, you know, until they got it perfect. And that's a part of learning how to draw and learning how to do anything is embracing the fuck ups, an unsurmountable number of times you're gonna fuck it all to hell, because it is it's hard. It's really hard to do anything. It's hard to make things. It's hard to be consistent. That's part of the learning process, I think, and that I've realized is just because it's hard doesn't mean you can't do it, and as long as you're striving to do it better. And I think that as far as streaming and as far as drawing has gone, I certainly have improved in quality heavily, you know. I feel like if you would have seen what I've been doing, you know, a month ago, where I wasn't even using audio, where I wasn't streaming my voice at all and just using music and whatnot, maybe you liked that more, maybe not. I don't know. But I feel like at the very least I've gotten better at doing this on the whole. I've improved, and I am happy for that. I feel like for like one of the first times in my life, I am making and doing things and steadily getting better at them at a rate where people legitimately see improvement. They aren't just and I legitimately see improvement, you know, like okay, that does go from the front. Good. Yeah. You know, and people get to actually can have some investment and some say. And and I'm also gaining some confidence and the ability to be able to stand up for myself. So if things go wrong, you know, it's not the end of the world. And it's exciting. I really am excited about it. It's been a joy to be able to do this. So, and the more people who can join, the better. And it has nothing to do, like, I'm still hesitant. I'm still like, I want to be able to provide this for more people. I want to make sure there are ways that I can prevent, you know, things from keeping me from being able to continue doing this, because they still exist. They always will, certainly. But I don't want to be like, hey, fund my life. It's so... I don't want to say it's unnecessary, because I don't believe it's unnecessary. I understand people who do that, and it is a choice on their part, and I congratulate them on that. But I'm still like, I don't want to ask for money that people should be using for themselves, I guess, because they earn that money. I don't feel like, unless I've actually earned it, and I don't know how to establish that. I'm still working on that part. That's why I want to get a job first before I'm even like, you know what, now I'll open a part-time Patreon. And while I also should be like, no, you need to be finding some way to support yourself. You can't just wait forever either. I don't want to start breathing down people's necks. It's not something I want to do. It feels like it's not why I make this. It's not why I do any of this. You know. But it doesn't mean I recognize that I can't use it, that it's not something that I'm necessarily above, but I still don't feel like I'm at that point, because I want to establish it's on some level that that the people who want to do that for me, who want to help me out, which would be fantastic, and I would gladly appreciate any of it, and it's something that I just don't feel like right now I'm ready to do because I don't feel like I deserve it, I guess. Maybe I need to change that mindset. Maybe I need to gain the maybe I need to just let go of that thought, you know? Stop being a bitch. Don't be a pussy. But yeah, like it's daunting to me. I don't think I'm unique for that. I think there are a lot of people like that. You know, a lot of other people who make things, who do things, regardless of how famous they are, who are who were like, we're doing something we enjoy and are passionate about, and just want to find a way to support ourselves. Who are truly passionate about it. I've finally erred on the side that art does still exist. Thank fucking God that it does. It just took me a while to find it, and that I just want to provide to it. I don't want to impose. I don't want to be like that guy, I guess. I really don't. And I don't think I am. Because I don't... I just share openly. It has nothing to do with anyone is required. And sharing openly is all that I can do. And I still err on the side that if that's all that I can do, then I'm not doing anything wrong by doing that. You know? And if I am, if it goes again, if somebody doesn't like it, then oh well, I'll find a better place to share that. And I do have places to share it. I just am trying to expand those places because on one hand I get it. I get that, you know, my content doesn't outshadow other people's content, but I still need to try. I want to cement myself on some level of status as something that people look forward to or want to see more of. And I want to inform people about the things that I do. And I can't do that if I'm too afraid to share it at all. Because I agree, like people who get on, you know, Facebook pages and get on YouTube and are like, check out my page, look at my shit, do it, I like your stuff, like my stuff too. Trust me, I certainly do not believe that anyone that I've exposed this to any third party group is ever required to follow me or even think well of me. Trust me, I don't hold myself as an individual who deserves respect before anyone can even get an impression of what I am as a person. However, all I ask for is an opportunity to do that, to actually to gain that level of rapport. That's all I can ask, and I know I'm not guaranteed it. I know I'm not guaranteed it on any level, but I should at least try. And half of gaining that rapport is being able to follow through, not be afraid of no thing. But yeah, not showing that you are not necessarily concerned. You can be concerned about things like that. I mean, I still was. I was like, they're probably gonna just be like, this guy's just trying to get likes for his Facebook page. He doesn't care about our community. And I mean, I do. That's why I'm sharing my content. I always share in places where I want people to be able to experience more of my content. I'm sharing it because I want the content to be appropriate there, not because I want to be waxing my fucking EP, and I don't care. I don't care that much. I usually try to post things in places because I feel like there are people there who would share an interest in the content that I have to offer and provide. And it has... I do want to focus on that. You know, I want it to be an established relationship of, no, he's he is here to also engage in whatever content there is, and this is just also content that I can provide. So, because I make content, I provide content, I like providing content, and I want to share that content with more people. To do that, you gotta get in there and get in there. You, you can't you can't be worried about whether or not your content's going to be liked, because I'm very familiar with people just being completely unreceptive to my content, completely and utterly. It's something that I deal with constantly, but I still think that it's better to at least like try to give an honest shot and say, no, I am trying to be on topic. I am not trying to derail. I'm not trying to fucking, I'm trying to establish myself as a part of the community, not as an exception. And I hope for anyone who is from Monster Hunter hell, like, don't think I am trying to like do that. I'm trying to establish a community relation. Actually, I'm trying to show that I'm providing content for you guys, not just the other way around. You know, I'm not there to sap content. I'm not there to sap likes and stuff. I'm there to provide stuff for you guys. I actually am. I'm trying to make content that's appropriate for you. That's why I've streamed 4 or 5 times since I joined your guys' group, and I only recently suggested it because I wanted it to be focused on content that you would even want posted there. So, yeah, like, sorry if it seemed like I was kind of being a little bit of an asshole, or just that guy who's like, check out my first book. So trust me, I do apologize if I came off that way. I did not intend to. I honestly did not. And if you did like my content, if you do like this, how horrible it is, I'm legitimately upset on a scale, on a level. I'm kind of upset how this is coming out. It's just like, God, I wanted this to be good. I wanted this to be. If you're still here and watching, you know what? Thank you. I can only do my best to be as receptive as possible. Also, it's armor. I'm actually getting to making the armor now, finally. I just had to draw a cute girl butt first. Little cute girl butt. But you know, it did make for a little bit of a shitstorm on my end, and I apologize for that. I actually don't like. I hate it when, you know, people are like, I'm gonna cause shit. I never. I'm not somebody who even gets very much entertainment out of that kind of interaction. There's nothing interesting about it. You did it. You've shit posted. You've made literal shit for a post. Shit posting for me is a witticism and a test of my ability to push the extent of what is okay to post. But shit posting for me is not just derailment, and I hope that I did not come off that way. Can't guarantee it. Everyone has their own perception of how things come out. But I will just say, I was not trying to be a complete derailment at all times. No context shit posting is just kind of the style that I go for when I shit post. So the less context that I can provide for a joke to somehow tie it to the original topic, the better. It's just something that I find very entertaining and that I do in real life. So It's something I do. It's just a prank, bro. But yeah, see this, and here's I'm at least glad that I was able to feel like I'm making something. I don't know, because I feel like this this could have gone much worse in a lot of ways. Like I feel as far as like the start, it was very rocky. I was not very happy with it, but that's why I was very adamant to be like, no, I'm gonna test my skill and see if I can work with this. Because now it's kind of gotten like a bit of an inking. Like it feels like a I don't know what I don't even know what the style is. I can't tell you. Like kind of Japanese ink. I don't know. Shill, weeb, fugu. Uh, I've done it. But like it has more of like a that kind of like it it's the I don't remember what it's like a flow. It's like a pen flow, and that's actually something that I've been doing a lot with my work lately. Is a lot of pen flow, which is like a lot of tapering, a lot of using lines to show light and motion in an object in an image, and less. It's like the other half. If I'm not painting, this is my illustration. This is more of my illustration side, and I've always kind of done it like this, but it's really grown lately. And like this is almost the epitome of it. This is like the challenge, the test. Is I can't really do the other style, so I have to kind of rely on this one. And hey, that's no event. No adventure, no memorable story, nothing like that came out of an event that went as planned. So at the very least, you know what? Fucking the shit like this, I at least accept as like the norm. Like you should be like, nah, fuck yeah, that shit happened and it still worked out better than expected. You know, don't let the bad be the only thing that defines things. You know, even when things are terrible. I kind of turned off my music. I found my music kind of stressing me out a little bit earlier, even though I really like that mix. I hope you liked it. I found it a couple days ago, and it's just spicy. Ooh, it's so good. High future funk. God damn, that shit is my jam right now. Been listening to a lot more future funk. I've been listening to uh, my my friend has gotten me into some death grips though. There was the other day where he tried to play it in a oh god, I'm dying uh, in a group chat, and he was like, "I can tell this is stressing you out, Link. I'll go ahead and play something else." And I was just like, "Thank you." Yeah. Death grips isn't bad always. Just put it that way. It's not quite still something I relatively enjoy much, but I will admit there is good death grips. It exists, surprisingly. Certainly caught me by off guard. Also, to finally answer your question, Fuzzy, the thing on her arm is just armor. They got Monster Hunter is I actually really do like Monster Hunter armor. A lot of it is very ornamental in a way that isn't over. I don't think it's over designed actually, or it's the kind of over design that I'm okay with, because it gives you enough options that if you don't like the over design, you can just use another armor. Because there are also armors that are a lot more tame or a lot more, you know, not as difficult to follow, if you will. You know, And but oftentimes they'll have like really big armor pieces on the arms or whatnot or what have you. So yeah, I like the armor in Monster Hunter because and he's a shill. That bastard. He's gonna defend mixed sets. Well, yeah, I'm gonna fucking defend mixed sets. It's personal choice at the end of the day. Like I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I also agree you should make fun of somebody if they're like, look how cool my armor is. But if you're making that armor for you and you recognize that it's gonna make you suck, by all means, fucking do it. If you're good enough to make up for that, then go ahead. But if you're also gonna be like, actually, I agree. Like you gotta prove it. That's all I'm saying. For mixed sets and for base sets, like I still use. Once I finally learned, like I was really bad. I was very bad at fashion hunting when I first started. My first few sets in Monster Hunter Tri, I was just like, dude, look at how cool my armor is. It's got Urgon, it's got Legicris, it's got Ignactor in it, and it had no skills. But that's the thing. Everyone starts not knowing anything, especially with Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is really bad about conveyance. Probably one of the worst. Only like second to Dark Souls in a lot of ways. But it has the benefit, like Monster Hunter has the excuse at least of being a team game, and the community behind it is generally pretty receptive and being like, hey, well, this is what you can do. This is what you can do better. And then you just learn. I finally started making once I realized that full sets were better than mixed sets, I started making full sets. Then when I realized you can make specialized sets in mixed sets, then I started experimenting with that. Let people make whatever fucking armor they want. They let people play the game how they want. I agree it's shitty if they're in your lobby, so you have a little bit more sway. But don't fucking trash people for how they play the game on their own. I don't get that. Don't do that. That's not cool. Let people play the game however they want. But if they're legitimately like bringing down the team, and then yeah, you should at least say something. Be like, hey, buddy, this might help. Like, be cordial, and if they're gonna be a flaming asshole, then be a flaming asshole. Don't be the first flaming asshole. That's all that matters. Be respectful. Determine that they're a dick first. Then, by all means, flame their ass. Light them on fire. That's what I do. I am a strong condoner of bullying bullies. And trust me, I also am like, fucking bring it, do it, call me shit. I don't do it. I think I'm shit too. What are you gonna do? Call me something I think I am? I can make fun of myself much worse than ever you can. I can, and my closest friends can make better fun of me than you ever will be able to. That's all that matters. That's true. That's true strength, in my opinion. Only your closest friends and yourself can ever truly hurt you worse than anyone you don't know. Take it from Link. Be a asshole. We all assholes. Dude, I am a... Praise Stalin, Lord of Mother Russia. I am commie bastard. Don't worry, roommate. Listen, I don't want to subscribe. You should know by now I don't subscribe to any political affiliation. Though I will admit, the Russians are beautiful and clever bastards. I just love their tenacity. Man. Sympathize with a Russian and apparently you're a communist. What a world I live in. I am a communist, you sons of bitches. I've lived in a commune. We shared 3 toilets with 30 people. I did, you know, stories of a commune. I lived in a commune just because it's affordable living. You want an affordable place to live? Live in a commune. And then realize having 30 roommates sucks. That's not true. Shout out, I still love a lot of people, made a lot of great friends there. A lot of good individuals I still see around town. Overall though, I'm glad I don't live in a commune anymore. It's still too restrictive. You know, like people you, people get too much control over things they shouldn't, and it's too limiting. Because there's a certain point where it's like, this place is a run-down place. It's got walls made of paper-thin plywood, and you can hear everything in the house, and everyone can hear you. And there's just no privacy. At the end of the day, there's still not enough privacy. And I was just like, man, I don't like this. I don't. And it's, hey, actually, I'm not one to be like super like knock on the roof, shut up there, turn down your music, you loud kids. More the opposite. I'm like, I hope I'm not being too loud, making noises, disturbing my audience, disturbing the people. Like, that's what I'm more like. I'm more on the air of, I hope I'm not being disruptive, and I still feel like that sometimes. I'm like, God, I hope I'm not, bothering the neighbors with my shit posting. I hope I'm not bothering my roommate. I hope I'm not being a pain, and that I'm not being a pain. And even then, there's only so much you can do. That's another thing that I kind of wish somebody would have told me when I was like growing up. You're gonna hurt people. That's what happens. That's human interaction. That's fucking life. You hurt the people around you at some extent, even the people you care about. And that's hard. That's like a really hard truth. I don't think a lot of people even accept for most of their life. But there's nothing you can do other than your best. Try not to, I guess. Try not to, but only because you're human. You can't prevent it. You can't keep yourself from you can't be any more perfect than what you are. So don't just do your best to prevent it, and then accept when you do it, and try to do better next time. That's also the important point. Is always improve. You can't just be like, well, it's the way it is. That's not 100% true either. You can always improve it. It happened. You need to accept the fact that it happened. That's all. You need to accept, like this. I need to accept shit went to shit. Oh well. I'm gonna carry on. Business as usual. I'm gonna draw cute girl butt. I'm gonna draw cute girl armor. No one's gonna stop me. I bet you guys were expecting something much more lewd, and instead you got a picture of a cute girl giving a thumbs up instead. I also need to fix some stuff here, like a lot of the line and work is not as thick as I wish it was. There. Now we're kind of gonna fix that in there. And this could be a good time to now go into a discussion of line illustration. Line illustration is weird, because once I learned and really started looking into and accepting how painting works, I've started working that into my brush work. And I guess that's what this is. This is more of like an ink brush than it is like a pen. Though you can do this with a pen. You should do it with a pen. And that a lot of it is building on itself. you know, it's retaining and achieving a flow in a sense to be able to, because like I'm not going to shade this. I'm not going to shade this at all. This is all going to be lines. This is all going to be this kind of very tapering line work all over the place. This is the style that I'm going for in the night, because it's one that I like doing and I want to get better at, and it's a stylistic choice that also works from an animator perspective. It's very good for animation actually, and the reason why is it trains you to make the simplest looking thing look technical and complex. And animation is about making very simple, easy to manipulate images that look very good or look very technical. And a lot of that actually comes from line work and illustration, not just from the detail of the image. If you've guys seen my latest animation and the animations for that I've been doing, I feel like I kind of shot myself in the foot by not making it line focused and making it more painterly. Though I feel like digital art was something at the time that I wanted to improve, and the animation style that I've chose still is good, and I want to get better at it. That being said, man, I was just like, I should be making lines and then filling the lines with color. That would be easier, because that would just be a coloring book. Note, to get good at art, get good at making your own coloring books. I am not joking. If you want to get good at... Actually, pro tip, if you want to get good at animation, practice making coloring books. Practice making images that could be used in a coloring book. Because that means you're making images that are detailed enough that lack things like color, that you can still get a large amount of information out of, and all you need to do is color them in. Because animation, it is an art of finding the simplest image that you can manipulate, like I said. And to do that, you need to be able to focus on things like, how do I get a line to tell more than a shade? Because it's really hard to animate shading. A lot of animation is solid colors. You don't see a lot of animation that has a lot of tone in it. And the reason why is just it's very, very hard to manipulate tone and make it look good. I feel like I've somehow gotten away with it. I don't even believe that statement, actually. I don't think I've gotten away with it at all. Like, I still hate how those animations have a bunch of tone in it, and that I wish I would have used more solid colors and whatnot, and that there weren't quite as many midtones. And I would have used more solid colors, but I'm trying to figure out how to fix that still. But that being said, like, I think that tone is something that actually works against the animator. It's something that limits the animator. Because it means that you're adding unnecessary detail that needs to be copied with every single continuous image, and it's easier to copy a solid color than it is to copy a shade. Actually, like it is. It's very difficult to copy a shade of a color, and the reason why is just because the tools needed to make that shade are, how do I say it? It's too hard. It's too hard for me anyways. Maybe I suck at animating then, but like midtones and shading is just something you don't add to an animation, because it means that you need to keep that color consistent. And it just is easier to keep the color consistent when it's a solid base color rather than a gradient. That's why you don't see much gradient in an animated object. You might see gradient in things like backgrounds or things that don't have much motion or don't require motion. But when it comes to the subject of an animation, typically that animation subject does not have a lot of shading in it. It has form in its color palette, but it doesn't actually show gradients. It doesn't show kind of soft light. It's all hard light. And the plain reason why is it's hard to animate soft light. It is very difficult to make look good. I'm sure it would look good, but at the end of the day, even artists still value their time. They don't want to spend a month just to animate a 3-frame animation, because every single individual image is a work of labor. That being said, things like redline exist, but even then, that's still a cell shade. That is a defined line of where shadow and where color need to be. So, yeah. That is my rant on animation and my uneducated personal experience understanding. And that's something I want to establish, is whenever I go on these kind of like talks, these like random ramblings they are based on my personal experiences, not just fact. And I think that that's important to establish, only because whenever I claim like a statement of an individual should be versed or to be able to understand or discuss something, there needs to be some amount of personal investment in an understanding of something to feel like you can claim talking about it. Because I could read a book. I could easily just read a book and then reread what the book says. But that doesn't mean that I'm portraying that I have an understanding of what that book is saying. But when I go out of my way to clarify that this is my experience working with it, this is what I've learned, this is what I wish it would have done in the future, it paints at least an image that I know what I'm talking about because I know what went wrong. I know the mistakes I made to understand how to do it better. And that's why I don't feel like I'm just somebody who's pure skeptic, and I don't like people who are pure skeptics. It just feels like pseudo intellect, because you're not applying anything. You're just being skeptical. You aren't you're being argumentative for the sake of being argumentative. There's nothing to be discussed. And I don't mean that facetiously. I don't mean that I'm not going to talk to you. No. There's an avoidance of discussion when people meet a conversation like that from the individual who's doing it, not from me, I feel. And that's my defense of it. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Maybe I'm a dick for thinking that, but meh. We've already established that I'm a shill, a piece of shit, and need to be banned from most parts of the internet because I am a shameless advertiser. Like my Patreon, fund my mercenary army. I will take back America. But yeah, no, let's see how this is coming out. See, I've got at least something, and I wish I still am like, man, I wish I could do more. It feels like I can't do as much because of the issue of the. Don't push the backspace button, kiddos. It's not a good idea. I wish I could have done more with it. I feel like this is very lackluster. It's not my best work. I wanted it to be better. Because you guys really liked that Dynavaldo, I feel like. The Dynavaldo came out really, really good. And I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to provide that kind of experience. Be like, hey, we're going to chill out. I'm going to sketch something up. It's going to be a good, grand old time. It's going to be a cute girl. Yeah, it's a cute girl. She a cute girl? You missed the butt, though. You missed the cute girl butt. But that's on you. But no, I trying to remember the last topic I started. Oh well. Usually when this happens, I just start on a new tirade and keep going for another hour and a half. Commentary is interesting because it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way, especially for me because I'm certainly I enjoy it. I enjoy commentating. I enjoy talking in the sense of like being able to share genuinely like how things are or what's on my mind. But on the flip side, like I definitely don't want to give off the impression that I'm somebody who's like a I like to I hate I like many people who commentate. I hate the sound of my voice. I think my voice sucks. I don't think I have near interesting enough voice. I don't think I make very good voice like overs, voice impressions. I don't think I do. There's almost a running joke that I'm so bad at voice impressions that is. Sorry, I noticed my man, my chair really went out there for a second. I just was like, I don't know why that good content. This is what you're here for. Ban me, ban me, do it. Report me to Twitch. But I don't want to give the impression that I'm like, because it's very easy to fall into that trap, I guess, and really portray it well that you're the kind of person who like likes to hear the sound of their own voice. When in reality, all I'm trying to do here is get better at doing commentary. So the way that I view it is to get better at doing this, I need to just learn to talk about whatever comes to mind and do so very I don't even know how I want to describe this. Um, just make it sound like somebody would want to listen to it, and you're not just some old grandma talking off someone's ear for hours on end. Because like I kind of hate that. I'm like, yeah, cool, I guess. And then another tirade, and then another tirade. Like I it is a very, very difficult balancing act. I certainly will admit, and I'm not saying I'm a master of it, trust me. I very much so am constantly self-aware, self-conscious of the feeling that I'm like, yeah, probably sound like I'm just rambling on. So here goes that Link guy just rambling for hours again, talking about his video game art, talking about his art in general, how it sucks. Being a general fag. Yeah, general fag in general. Uh, but no, it is something like it is a concern on my mind, just simply because I don't want to be another one of those guys. That's why I'm like very. I bring up constantly how I'm like I don't know if I want to monetize yet because I don't feel like I've established myself in a way that people would want to monetize. I have been told that I have a very good speaking voice. Thank you. That's all I can say. I don't want to be like, look at how good my voice is. I said it. I think my voice sucks. But I don't know. I don't know where he's going with that. General self-doubt. There are two ways to describe my general feelings in a Twitch stream. Do your best, but doubt yourself constantly, like I do. Bang. Do your best, but doubt yourself constantly. Link. Here. Do your breast. Do you are. Hold on. God damn it. can't write worth shit. There you go. Do your best. Take it from sassy Zinogre Armor Girl. Do your best. Doubt yourself constantly. I'm gonna keep that. That's here. Hold on. Let me separate this into another. Ah shit. Ah shit. I gotta separate that into another layer. There we go. Do your best. Doubt yourself constantly. Well, it's not supposed to be red. It's not supposed to be literate. It's cursive. It's supposed to look fancy. You think you're supposed to read cursive? Why do you think I wrote in cursive for the entirety of my high school career? I'm not joking. People still wondered why I used high school in my senior year of high school. I used high school in high school. That's a very good linkism. Didn't even realize I said it. But yeah, people are like, how are we supposed to read it? And I'm just like, it looks pretty. I feel like this is a very interesting thought. I wonder if, the reason why I liked cursive so much was because I drew. Because there's something very like penmanshipy about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I never really got into calligraphy, but there is something like very pleasant about the continuous stroke writing of cursive that just makes it feel faster. I certainly do not write legible cursive, though, as you can tell, especially on a pad. If it seems like I'm having difficulty, it's because pads in general are just hard to draw on. I find, not to say that they're bad, and I would not give up my pad, and I certainly have used better ones. But the pad that I'm using, it just, it's kind of old. As you can tell, it's been having issues all night. Another issue that I've realized recently is I typically have a tilt. I have a tilt to my drawing form. But because of that, I have like worn down the tip in a way where it likes to rotate, continually rotate, and then fuck up my lines. Here, let me see if I can just... Oh, no, it works perfectly now. I just can't draw a straight line. I'm a shill. I forgot. Link1299's bad at video games and art. And video game art. I do. See, that's what's frustrating. Is like, I love this tablet so fucking much. Thank you, my older brother, for getting this for me like 2 Christmases ago, because I have used the living fuck out of it. It is one of my most prized gifts / items that I own, because I wouldn't be able, next to Photoshop, I wouldn't be able to do this without it. That being said, holy fuck, I had a brief time in college. I had a job drawing for a scientist, actually, and I got a chance to use a tablet that was bigger than my desk currently is. It was huge. It was so fucking cool. I have this tiny little bamboo drawing tablet that doesn't have a screen, and this one had like all sorts of little buttons that you can push for shortcuts. It had like, it was like drawn on a fucking poster. It was huge. It was so cool. I miss it. I miss it so much. I loved that thing. Because originally I was like, I can provide my own drawing pad, and I think for a while I did, but then they were like, here, Link, we got this one that you can use. And I was just like, oh my god, this is like a $500 drawing pad. Sorry, the thought of it just really brings me a lot of joy in a lot of ways. back to drawing. But yeah, let's see. This looks like an armor. It probably looks nothing like Zinogre at the moment, but that's just because it's kind of been wasting time, probably. I have been trying to make it a point to make something that I can finish in one night. So, however long this takes, it might just take me a long-ass time. Who knows? We're in it for the long haul, boys. I've finally gotten going. Once you get me going for the night, I can go all night long. Let me see how. Now I'm trying to just actually start cementing a lot of the details here. So that's really weird. So like, I believe. Oh shit. There is this that comes up. Oh, I'm gonna have to shrink it again, which will be fine. That'll mean it'll be a smaller image. But I believe we have this come up like this. I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, and then it's a ye old Pikachu lightning bolt zigzag thing. I just have to properly. I'm looking at the. Oh wow, it goes up like that, really. I'm looking at a reference real quick, and then it goes and it goes But yeah, and I think it goes like there we go. There, finally, a piece of armor that looks like it belongs on Zinogre. See, I did it, guys. You didn't believe me. That's just because I suck at everything. Never forget. Doubt yourself constantly. And that's the thing, is like, this might actually take a lot of work. And here's something that I've started as a personal kind of like, not so much coach as like a habit. I'm not going to check Twitch. Fuck it. Whoever's here is here. Thank you for joining. If anything, I was just going to check to see how long this has been going. It's probably been going since, if I started at 7 o'clock, it's been going for about 2 hours. So I'll give it another, I'll probably stop at 11 at the latest. I might get tired before then or take a break. We'll see. But I will say this will only be one stream. I'm not going to revisit it. I've made it a point that every image is going to be as far as I get, but I will go on my own time, and if I really enjoy where the image is going, I'll finish it on my own time. Because I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it, constant kind of workflow. If I can't finish it in one night, which I want to, I want to strive to, I want to then make it a point that that's something that I can work on, in case I get bogged down in other work, like my video game animations. And I'm trying to actually avoid more work that is like trying to use it as an excuse to Twitch stream, because then it feels like I'm Twitch streaming for the wrong reasons. I mean, that might have been the fault of this stream, kind of, in a lot of ways because of that, and I'm gonna learn from that. Be like, nah, I shouldn't. I should Twitch stream because I want to, not because I feel like I need to make something. Though I do like the attempt to keep things. Yeah, I could do that. I could. That's an interesting point. Fuzzy brings up. I could try monetizing multiple streams. I am thinking about it seriously. I am thinking about having this be a form of revenue, because if there's anything that I like about content creation and streaming is I it's my choice. I've chosen this. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm not at the mercy of anyone. I stop when I decide to stop. There's nothing saying like I'm going to get fired from drawing. I'm going to stop drawing when I decide to stop drawing. That is my choice. That's not the choice of somebody who has dictation over my work. And at the end of the day, I do feel like it will be something that at the end of the day I'll still enjoy better than anything else. I'll still come to this and be like, hey, it might be work, but at least it's work that I chose. And that's the important part, is this is a choice. Sure, I could choose to stop, but also in the choice of choosing to do it, I feel like nobody forced me to do this. Nobody was like, you are the artist, you're the draw man, you gotta draw. Like with many jobs, it feels like a lot of jobs kind of are very much on the backs of this is your job. This is just your job. But nobody's forcing me to do this. Nobody's forcing you to watch either. And that's something I like that I do, which is, if you don't like it, that's fine. That is fine. It's not a fuck the haters alone. No, you're allowed to not like the things I make. You are allowed to call me out. Because if anything, the only thing that frustrates me about critique these days is I feel like anyone who's critiquing me is just doing it to critique me, not my work. And that's frustrating, because it's like, I want to make better stuff. I want you to tell me why something is bad so I can make it better. You can't just tell me that my art sucks, stop doing it. That doesn't help at all, trust me. You want a grade A way for me to ignore you, is to tell me to stop doing it because you don't like it. That's just fucking self-confidence there. I'm just like, okay, gonna fucking do it anyways. Again, you can dislike it. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if people don't like my work. What I want to know is legitimately how to make my work better. And I want to be told when my work isn't that good. With the understanding of what I intend with any original work, I guess. Because for me, I also don't think I'm like I don't think I'm a particularly good writer to begin with, so I don't think I'm particularly clever, actually, and I certainly don't think my writing or my design choices are supposed to be like overly biting in any way. So I really don't think I'm like trying to progress the form of art in any way other than being able to provide my own expression, and that's it. That's all that I see it as at the end of the day. It's the only reason why I claim that I'm an artist, is because I see it as it's my right to express myself that way. Anyone's right, not just mine. Anyone has the right to do that. By damn if people are gonna tell me not to draw naked girls. And that's like already a topic of its own that I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired of discussing it with people, because it's like, well, then just because you define it that way, why should I not? Just the only frustration I have with that topic is just you need to have an amount of self-confidence in your work. You need to be able to say, no, look here, this is why I make my thing. And because you see it as such doesn't make you suddenly correct. But if people judge work based on what they think is wrong with it rather than analyzing it, I immediately discount whatever their analysis is, because they aren't doing it to tell me what's wrong with the work. They're doing it to tell me what they think is wrong with me for making it. And that is not something you attack somebody on for them making something. You just don't. I don't think so. And being somebody who is trying to be humble about his work is not super. The only reason why I'm so much in people's faces about it these days is just to be like, hey, this is something I do and I want to share it more. That's it. Has nothing to do with. I want to share it more, and I feel like there's potential for me to actually grow here, to be more than just this. That being said, I'm not. I don't think my art is the best on the planet. I certainly think there are hundreds of artists who are already established, even, let alone unestablished, who are much better than me. Shout out to my buddy James. You're a fantastic artist, and I think that, you know, I don't draw as well as you do sometimes. Like, you've made some really cool stuff, and I feel like when it comes to you're much more consistent than I am. But I don't think James really considers him more of an artist, at least not an image artist. So, but shout out, your drawings are awesome, and I think they're honestly much more consistent with character design than I am, or at least. Yes, I'm not even gonna. No other. I think he's an awesome artist. But yeah, I don't know why, like where this self-deprecating attitude comes from, but I think it mainly just stems from a desire to not want to be that douchey artist who's like, I want to be viewed as a personable artist. I want to be viewed as a person, you know, that people know me as Isaac. Oh, I'm docs alert. There's not in this house. No man goes by that in this house. But I said I was gonna start doing it anyways. Associate my name to things. You know, Isaac. I know that guy. I've seen his art. His art's pretty good. He's a pretty chill dude. That's what I want. That's what I want people to say. Like, you know, it isn't. It's more of just an element of my person, not just the thing, I guess. You know, and I think that's. There's nothing wrong with wanting that either. You know, people should be allowed to see more, and I should be allowed to share it and express it openly, I guess, because plenty of people do. Plenty of people share and express their own things, and I want to do it too. You know. And look, we made it through the night. We made it past all the bad shit. I got a little flustered. I know. It happens. Happens with me particularly bad, but that's no excuse. I want to be clear. There's no excuse. It happened. So, I know that if anything, that's more of a problem that I have, which is I typically keep on bringing up my own fuck-ups, harping on about them, but in reality, I'm like, nope, it happened. Just fucking, oh well. Oh the fuck well. It's done. Life goes on. My life goes on. There's nothing more to it. There are people here enjoying it. We're having a good time. We're having a ball. There really is no reason I think the only reason why I bring it up so much is that deep down I am a little embarrassed, and I feel kind of bad because it was like, you know, I wanted to have a good time. I am having a good time, but it definitely did not go as planned. It didn't. I went out on my way to try to be as careful as possible, actually, and everything still blew up in my face horrendously. Almost to the point of humor, I would say, like how ridiculous things got with regards to like how things fucked up. I do find it a little funny. This is a bit ironic. It's just like this is gonna be my best stream yet. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna make sure things work. I'm gonna plan things out, and then it all exploded. It all just came back right up, right in my face. It came in my face, just right there, just all over, and it's just a fucking mess. Now you gotta clean it up. That's what I had to do. I had to clean it up. So, if anybody from Monster Hunter Hell is still watching, I am proud of you. I am so fucking sorry that it just went so poorly early on. Because I did want to make this and like be like, no, 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 it's good. I promise. But these things happen. These things happen. I really do feel like I fucked up the opportunity, but at least it got better, I guess. So, and yeah, like thank you, Fuzzy. I'm glad that you and Auntie are here. So don't get me wrong. I'm glad there are still people watching. I'm still impressed these days. I'm just like, what? I'm not mad or upset. I'm just, you know, that self-deprecation, I guess. What compels you to be here? What am I doing? You know. Damn it, Auntie, I thought you were a Zambo. I thought you were my undead follower. I was trying to raise an army of the undead, and I thought you were one of them. Kind of do that. There's a bit of a crown action going on here, and then kind of look back at this. It actually kind of goes up, I think. Yeah, kind of. This kind of goes up like that. Oh, that looks more correct than I meant it to. How art goes. I need to do this thing. Oh, that looks right. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Like, I think a lot of art is accidental. I'll be honest. If you think that I'm like some sort of meticulous, like down to the detail, mean it to be this way every single time, you'd be surprised how much of it is just make a mark, looks correct. Like the art, at least in my opinion, the art that I like doesn't feel planned. It feels compulsive. It feels like it came just out of your ass almost, but in a good way. It's not asinine, it's not shit, but it does feel like it just is right because it is the way that it was meant to be. That's why I'm like, I don't like political art, I don't like biased art. It just feels ingenuine. It feels like the person who was making it was just trying to go for the most knee-jerk response they can. If it expresses anything on the part of the individual, it expresses more insecurity than anything else. Because it means that you're not secure enough to believe that I don't know. It is kind of that double think of you think your art is much deeper than it actually is. When I think the deepest art comes from the people who don't think their art is deep, and make it because they were expressing something unconsciously. The best art is almost unconsciously created, not intentionally meant to be a certain way, at least with regards to themes and whatnot. Not to say that that doesn't exist, like you don't go into writing a book without some idea or grasp of what you want to discuss. But still, like, there's no, you're discussing your take on it, not the ultimate subject or objective take on something when it comes to art. You are describing your personal look on any given aspect. That's where true artistry comes from. Comes from the heart, bruh. Comes from the inside. Let's see how that looks. Hey, that is looking better. That looks like Zinogre armor, right? Kind of, a little bit. Got a cute. You got like some back. Got some good back there. Some good back action. See, you just gotta trust me. I'm like a rocky road. Sometimes we're a little bumpy, but once you get through the rocky part, it's okay. I've never been good at never been good at anything. Never been good at metaphors. Hello, darkness, my old friend. But you know, and I mean that's why I do want to get a little bit better at commentary, is just because I think it'll make me better at communicating and being able to actually discuss certain things. Because a big part of this is being able to think of things to say on the fly. But you can't just say anything. You can't just... Not everything is interesting to hear. I understand that and I agree. You can't just talk about anything. However, there is an amount of skill to making something that doesn't seem interesting sound interesting. And it's a skill that I want to develop. It's something that I like to develop a lot, actually. I feel like it's a powerful skill for starters, because it means you can have almost a conversation about anything. I've some of my favorite conversations I've had have been just based on almost bullshit, I want to say, and my ability to discuss the topic without having very little understanding, because actual discussion doesn't even require an understanding. It just requires it. If you understand something, you should be able to discuss it, but just because you don't understand something doesn't mean you suddenly, be like, either I don't understand and won't listen. And this is actually kind of a touchy topic, only because it's very weird. I would consider myself an individual who tries to discuss things in a way where anyone can like respond or discuss. Like, I don't just talk about something, and then if you don't understand if you don't need to have prior knowledge about something to be able to discuss something with me, and vice versa. I don't expect to not be able to talk just because I don't understand something. That being said, I try to save opinion and save that for very specific things that I actually do understand. I don't try to... I'm not a know-it-all. If anything, I fucking don't know anything. A lot of the time, I feel like. Don't know shit. Give a fuck. I'll give a fuck. But I don't claim to know more than anybody else, I feel. I try to make a point to that, I just know what I know well. And I do know some very strange and odd things particularly well. And then in knowing those things, I make it a point to clarify that I just enjoy talking about it. It's nothing more than that. And I enjoy sharing it with people. Because, I feel like a lot of times somebody will discuss something. Wow, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I probably need to go back then. Just change subject entirely. I've already talked about this. So that's something I feel like I'm really bad about. But that just comes with that's what's on my mind. Yeah. Hey, you gotta work on all parts. I got a little bit. There's the lewd part. You got a little bit of butt cheek still in there. It still exists. You just gotta look for it. You really gotta look for it. Hey, that's starting to look a little bit more like armor. But I don't know what makes me kind of like want to talk like this and talk about things like this. It's just something I've always kind of like been like. It and it certainly isn't. I've already discussed this. Can't really clarify anymore, and I've already kind of discussed it, so I'm trying to move on actually to a different topic. And with that, I move on to a different topic because I don't want to talk about that anymore. Maybe that's a problem that I have is I find that I don't clarify maybe something enough, or that there's always more of something to talk about. So hey, she was in fact actually, the more that I think about it, the fact that I didn't give her any other clothing other than the armor. God damn it. Don't get this taken down on Twitch. Don't do it. Don't report me just cuz she's technically naked. She might or might not be wearing any drawers. I'm sorry. That's just the way it happened. I'm going to say she is. Leave it to your guys' imagination. Just saying. You fucking sick bastards. I don't even... Now I've done it. Now he's done it. I've done it again. I don't remember what I was talking about. I do that a lot. Go ahead and kind of mix that up. I'll focus on a little bit more art talk again. When it comes to this and a lot of form drawing, you kind of want to add a little bit of staggeredness to it that I've found to really get some interesting looking shapes and form. Like you want things to go in and out a lot because it shows more depth. And especially in this case, like I purposefully left this disjointed because the eye kind of like fills in blanks for you a lot of times. You oftentimes don't even need anything there. And it's often best to just leave it out or leave it as thin as possible. Also, I feel like I need to just do some zoom out work and focus on really building large aspects of this on the whole, because I've started a habit of doing this where I'll just like focus on one part and then not fix really anything else. Part of that kind of comes with that I feel like I lack some finesse, but there's only one way to get good at something, you know. It must be Photoshop, because that time Photoshop was like, I gotta load your lines. Hold on, you're drawing too fast. There we go, that's a little bit better. And kind of like one thing I've been working on with the line work is sometimes you just gotta like work into it and then and then fix it. Like kind of edge it out, go back over it, remove some of that line, remove some of that excess. And while you should be working to kind of like limit the amount of times you have to go back over it, it does help to like have something there to work with. Oftentimes, it's usually better to just have the mark there, so that way you can work with it. Because you can't work with nothing. That just doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Who would have thought? There we go. And as you can tell, like, I don't know what it looks like on your guys' screen, but like if you'll notice, there are just times where it'll like take a second to load. My Photoshop is acting a little bit laggy, so I have a sneaking suspicion that the problem isn't actually, well, no, part of it is my tablet, because my tablet has like stopped letting me use the right click and stuff too. Like I can't right click anywhere. Not even on Photoshop, or not even off Photoshop. It won't let me scroll either. I don't know what's happening, if you guys can hear that. I think somebody is killing a large cat. What the the stream gets worse. Unsubscribe. Don't subscribe, guys. Unsubscribe. That's always my goal, to see how many people I can lose in one night. God, what the fucking fuck? I think, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to focus on getting the base, like really get it established. But after that, I'll go ahead and work on it on my own and just kind of chill out. Like, I enjoyed myself, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna have some trauma after this one, guys. And I can't live this one down. That's a part of, I think that's a part of resilience, is like being able to be like, you know what, I did it. Fuck yeah, I did it. I fucked it. Everything went to shit. But I did it anyways. So, remember, quote for the night: do your best, doubt yourself constantly. I like that. I'm glad that I came up with that. I'm going to use that for my own life self. Oh, that hurt. I want to focus on, I feel like I got the head actually down really well, like super duper well. And the back is looking much better. Monster Hunter does this weird thing with armors. A lot of armors are this way, where they'll have like 2 breast pieces cut, and like some armor around the sides, and then like for this case she has like a corset almost, but it's not really a corset. Actually what it is it's more like a blouse almost. So I might have actually made that. Oh well, I don't know. It kind of goes around, so it might actually meet up here in the back, like this-ish. I'm not sure actually. I'm probably gonna have to check it and look it up and fix it later, but I think it might actually do something more along the lines of this. Those tasty back shots, though. How dare you? Why did you clothe your cute girl? Because I didn't want to get banned from Twitch again. You bastards. You guys are the fucking perverts. Every single time I want to draw something, you want to see something sexual. That ain't my suggestion. That's yours. I'm just an innocent little artist over here who draws naked girls. All you want to do is have me draw them sexually. I don't know why that voice really, I liked that voice. That was a gaff and a giggle. I liked that voice I made. Should make that voice more. Guys, I've given up. I've stopped. This is I'm turning in my paintbrush now. I'm not drawing anymore. I'm gonna voice act. I did it. I've proven it right here, right now. I'm gonna just walk into a Hollywood set and just be like, "Hey guys, how's it going? You like my voice? What would this do for pay?" I don't even know. That's such a stupid voice. I don't know why I find it so funny. I did it. Maybe it is because it's, I don't fucking know, bad. I have never claimed to be good at anything. See, it, like, it just, if it is, anything to relate to, and why I am grateful, is like, I really am very bad. Like, I am my worst critic. I do believe. I know it. I mean, clearly, and like, I'm grateful always. I'm glad that there's anyone who likes this. I don't know what's wrong with you, but thank you. But really, like, it it does bring me a lot of satisfaction in a way, kind of just being able to do this. It feels gratifying. I think that it allows me to express myself and allows me to share something meaningful to me. You know? And that's why I still am. I still am doing this. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel like there was more to it. And I certainly wouldn't be doing it the way that I'm doing it if I didn't feel like this could become something more for me, in a good way, in a positive way. Um, Let it be known, Link1299, the legend, the artist, the legend, the scoundrel, found dead, remembered, missed, never to be forgotten. Just like his buddy he sleeps in heaven with Harambe and in hell with Hitler. Rest in pepperonis. Dude, that hair though. I feel like I've been getting really good at hair. I like how I've been doing the hair on my characters lately. It looks real cute. They look so cute. I ain't gonna be no weeb shit. That ain't kawaii. It's cute. They won't fight me on that. Take it to the streets. Is cute. Tell a homie. Is cute. Dog. I've gotten something good started. So I'll probably call the stream here in about half an hour. I'm gonna keep going, but if I start like struggling for things to talk about, we're alone again. I can take her clothes off. Okay, you said it, life partner. Man, I feel bad. I posted this to a Facebook page and was like, "You can join me. I promise it'll be cool." And then just that complete tirade at the beginning. Whoo ha! It was not pleasant. Everything went bad. But that's part of the that's part of the risk. That's part of the fun, though. You know. I'm gonna post this to them later. Like, this is what you guys have missed. You guys should have been patient. I ain't done yet. I haven't finished yet. I ain't done. I don't know if I'll be. Oh, here. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead. Cheat. Well, no, not quite that much. There. That's better. Just gonna take a few inches off. Ah, much better. Art is about finding shortcuts. Anti has a life. See, that's my mistake. I should be more like anti-gravity. To get a life. What you do making art, you fuck? What do you know about anything? All you do is talk about how you make art all the time. You have nothing to show for it. Show for it. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm still doing it anyways. I think this is what I want. This is where the real tough part comes in. I'm gonna start finally adding the details. Finally. Oh, no. I just keep on making stupid voice. I'm in a stupid voice mood, so I keep making stupid voice. I keep on saying stuff like that because I don't believe in my ability to do anything, so correctly anyways. And that's my judgmental voice. That's my voice that is the condescending bastard who sees it. It's like, oh my god, look at this guy. You know. He said he would have something good. It sucked. Which I'm sure people are gonna be like. I posted it to that frickin' Facebook page. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm no longer a part of it. I fucked up. I just, like, all things considered, like, this just was a bad stream, I think, overall. I don't think the stream went well at all. Well, that's not true. It got better. That's the problem, is it started off horribly. I'm still kind of annoyed about that, because I was like, you know, I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna take a risk and plunge. And now I probably have ruined, like, everything. Oh well. I do realize that I have to accept that that happened and that I still took the plunge and did it. But I feel like, well, shit. Looks like I gotta go I will actually have to take my art elsewhere because I've fucked up. And it still does affect me a little bit because it's like, man, I was really trying. I tried a little bit too hard, got burned. Which is a shame, because a lot of people liked that other image. But I think I just started off a little bit too strong, and I let myself kind of get a bit, I don't know, I got a bit over my head. But hey, that doesn't mean I think, like, you know, you guys are gonna leave. The people who already know this was I was trying to appeal to a new crowd. I was trying to open my content up to newer horizons, but unfortunately, I feel like I just ended up souring my reputation with those people, and might actually just not even be welcome anymore. Oh well. And thank you, by the way, Fuzzy. I'm glad you. And like I said, it's not that I think that it was completely bad or the people who didn't want to be here didn't stay. I just think that originally I kind of did intend this for a group of well, not individuals, but a group of people to try to be like, hey, look, I can do a thing. And then it just kind of went, it just fell flat on its face. I fucked everything up even though I tried my best. You know? But maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Maybe there's some people who joined later. Maybe they didn't delete my account. Who knows? Uh, you know? Because at the end of the day, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this was to get my name out. You know, you got to do something. You can't just be a victim of, well, I can't post anything because they don't want advertisement and whatnot. You got to at least try. You gotta, and I realize you can't just be that guy who's like, look at my content all the time. Like, and I don't want to establish that. But at the same time, I'm like, I do want to share this, and I want more people to experience it, and the places that I go where people know me. Maybe I should have waited a little bit longer, really establish myself a little bit better, kind of jumped the gun, because I was new to this group. So I do apologize. I'm going to be like, sorry guys, I should have waited a little bit longer. If I decide to do this again, it's going to be a while. Or maybe they loved it. I don't know. Exactly. And if anything, again, I follow through. I try to follow through. And I said I was going to do this. And I did it. I still did it. And I feel like at the end of the day, it still is me showing, hey, look, this didn't go as planned, but I still stuck it out. I mustn't run away. I didn't run away. I didn't let the failure encapsulate the entire experience, or at least I want to believe I didn't. You know, a large part of it was, unfortunately, I kind of fixated that a little bit too much, but I feel like overall, I still learned something. Hopefully everybody learned something. If you learned anything, I suck at this still, a lot. I did not go into this thinking it would go very well, actually. Maybe that was my fault. But look, now it's kind of, it certainly feels like there's a lot less pressure. And I've kind of, again, I kind of hit my stride. I don't think I'm going to stop drawing. I'm actually going to try to see how much I can get done tonight. Even if I'm like, you know what, it's been streaming a while, I'm kind of running out of stuff to say. I feel like I'm going to continue working on this after the fact. Definitely. Because I like where this picture's going. I like how sassy she looks. I like the stance I gave her. I need to find a picture of what the back of this fucking thing looks like because I don't know what this armor looks like from the back. For all I know, you can see her butt. I don't really know. I don't think you can, so... I was a quiet man. He was a quiet guy. Though I will admit, this kind of looks a little bit more like a corset than I intended it to look. But that's kind of what the armor looks like. So... At least from what I can see and judge, I'm like, is that a belt? I can't tell. I don't know how this armor really works, you know? Like all I can tell from this reference is like where the body goes, but I can't actually tell what it does. I guess, if that makes sense. Because I can't tell if that part, the arms are in the way. And I can't find any better pictures, which is really annoying. I can't find any back pictures, and I can't find any pictures of them just statically standing still. They're all like action poses for some reason. Hmm. Believe this will go up like that, and it'll make like a dish form. Like I said, who knows? Maybe I'm still a part of the group. Maybe they loved it. Doubtful. This is a shit posting page. I'm gonna get unending amounts of shit for this, and I fucking know it. If I'm even allowed. That's the thing, is like, I'm not even sure. I might not be welcome anymore. Totally bit my tongue here. 100%, and I know it. Oh, maybe I need to have a little bit more faith in myself. Maybe I need to have a little bit more faith in other people to actually like me. Nah, I'm on a shitposting page. I'm on a shitposting page that doesn't know me well. That isn't Soapbox Banhammer. People are gonna fucking hate it. People hate the internet hates everything. The internet hates everything, and that's why Reddit hates me. That's why all forms of media hate me. And I accept it. Oh well. I can only do my best. They're gonna hate me, hate me. Go ahead. I'm just a guy drawn on the internet. I'm certainly no, you know, I'm not perfect at this. And yeah, like, that's just kind of a part of my fucking shtick, I guess. Like, I can't even take myself seriously as an artist. Everything is just kind of a shit post to me, even when I'm trying to. But hey, look, like I said, this is kind of rocketed off. It's finally like, hey, a little late, but it did get started. So everything is terrible, but that's okay. I mean, yeah, and uh, like, not to, again, self-proclaim, I hate it. I feel like, no, I shouldn't say shit like that, because, you know, I don't want to give off the impression that, like, I only think, like, that is the way it is because of shallowness, and I try to be open to criticism and whatnot. But, like, I mean, part of what I think makes my content interesting is I talk, I speak, I say something, you know? It's not just drawing. It could be, it very well could be, but it isn't. I think that's a good thing. Fuzzy. It's all fuzzy. Then this is like some... Does it go up the arm? No, it goes down the arm. It goes this way. Sorry, I'm trying to see how plating works. Plating is... I actually... This is one thing I like about armor, is plating. Is the way... Especially Monster Hunter's armor. Is a lot of it is... 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 plates. A lot of it is like scales that are like plated over each other to make armor, and it's like really, really intricate stuff. It's one of the things I really like about the armor design in the game. It looks like it came from something. It doesn't just feel... Hold on, I feel like I did something wrong maybe. Kind of. It feels like it was made out of a creature, not just a part of it. I'm trying to get an impression. This goes like, I believe, this way. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kinda? That part's kind of hard to see. That's not even the right arm. Ah, shit. This was the fuzzy arm. Ah, shit. Bad at art, sucks at art. Get good at video games. Oh shit, that's not the... God damn it, I don't know why it's doing that. It's very jarring to me. It also is like, I don't know, I find it to be impressively like well-fitting armor too. Like usually the armor is very, very sleek, very well cut, I guess. It's not super bulky all the time, and even the bulky armor is some of my favorite. Now what is that other hand? Okay, it's got kind of like bone bits on it. And it's more of a glove. There we go. We got like... Sorry, I'm really focusing now to get this correct. I don't know why. But yeah. Monster Hunter armor is just always like kind of appealed to me. Like I said, it is pretty easy for me to be like, this is just over-designed. This is fantasy wear, kind of looks... And it's weird that this is the one that gets a misnomer, or like gets a free pass, because like I get how people be like, what do you mean? This is like the epitome of over-design. I don't know. I think it might be because of the biology aspect to it, mainly, that I just like a lot. It just makes me think of biology a lot of times, and I like it for that. Because the biology's done well. I like to wear the bodies of the things I've killed. But, also, this arm is supposed to be different. I'm working on that, one thing at a time. Don't she look cute, though? She look pretty goddamn cute. I feel like that's a success in my book. Also, inspirational quotes. Do your best. Constant. I'm proud of that. I'm way too proud of that. That's my favorite. Here, let me reorganize, because now this is kind of like to the size that I want. That'll do. And then I'll probably finish it in 3 days. Or whenever. But I actually really like how this is going. Definitely need to work on the legs a lot more. Oh. Oh wait, no. I need to fix something up here, because this just looks wrong. I'm gonna do this real fast. Oh shit. Starters. That just looks incorrect. Because it made it look like the hair was behind it. Go ahead and move that down here more. Kind of taper it out so that way it's a bit more exposed. There we go. That's a little better. Is there a bug on me, or is it just paranoia? Sorry about hitting my mic there. It has some, yeah, just a few. Just a couple. I had to, man. I had to. The internet says I'm not allowed to draw porn anymore. The internet says I only draw porn. How am I supposed to be taken serious as an artist if all I do is ever draw porn? You just draw porn. I'll go ahead, post that, be like, look, if you didn't stay and stick around, sorry for the terrible beginning, it actually went somewhere. Sorry, fuck. Or maybe not. I'll see what the general reception of it was. I'm not expecting anything good. Which, again, maybe that's a fault on my end, but like I should give a little bit more credit to myself, but I don't know, man. This was a mess, if I've ever had one. This was a mess and a half. I want to say that it goes like this-ish, maybe, and comes down and tapers here to show more ass. Oh no. Like I'm trying to figure out, because this is kind of a messier detail. Just how the fuck this armor even works in this area. Because it does a V, or not a V thing. It does a more of a platey, skewty thing. It looks more like this. Of course I want ass. That's why I drew this. Don't get it twisted. I want ass. I've killed. Let's see, let's kind of go like this. I think it might actually go more up. This is where things get a little hazy. Then you got armor on the side. And then like stockings, kind of. They're like weird wrappings that go around the legs. Something like that. The legs of this are like the worst part. Like I've gotten everything else up here pretty well done, but or well started, I should specify. And of course, zoom in on the butt more. We need to make sure she has a weapon that is twice her size. People talk about needing strong female characters. Play Monster Hunter. Those are strong characters in general. Physically strong characters. I'll try to make it the Zinogre Greatsword, but I think it kind of like tapers. Like it actually has like a bunch of open horn bits. Kind of goes down like that. I don't know, I'll work on it later. I just want to get it established. Oh, now I've done it. That was supposed to be the middle. Well, no, that could work. Because it's a fucking great sword anyways, so it's fucking huge. What a mess. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, clean this up really quick to look like something presentable. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just call it a night and take a break, because this stressed me out much more than I intended it to. But at the very least, I am glad that you stuck around. I'm glad for anybody who stuck around and watched. I'm sorry for that horrendous beginning. Oh man, that just went everywhere that I didn't want it to. Oh no. Doubt yourself constantly. I'll clean this up, make it look real pretty on a day when my computer actually wants to let me, do art. But, thank you, though. Thank you. You watched. You liked it. You hated it. You couldn't stay the whole time. Thought it was horrible. Thought it was beautiful. I don't know if I've inspired people. If I've now made a new tirade of bastards who want to see me killed on the internet. But, thanks for watching. Overall, I always appreciate everything, or I try to. So, hope you enjoyed cute girl, but enjoy your night. I will see you around. I should probably do this like while I'm looking up something, so that way it's not just dead silent and then something plays. But, that would require me to actually be careful. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, see, I did plan something. I just didn't do enough forethought to actually plan out how I was going to do it. That's how these things always go. They're more on the spur than anything. Background here. We're getting into the deep and grit. Oh, fuck. We're getting into the nitty gritty. I don't plan these outros, usually. This one, I actually have an idea of what I want to play. But, gotta do what you gotta do. So, and I got something. I'm gonna go ahead, chill out. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna work on this on my own time, post it later. I'm glad I got it started, and it is turning out better than I thought it was going to. So, certainly, I thought this was gonna fucking suck, honestly. Thank you, and, well, hold on. Thank you, and good night.